Social media, by definition, is forms of electronic communication such as websites for social networking and microblogging, through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content. Social media is the world's largest form of communication and continues to grow every single day. It connects people all over the world on dozens of platforms, sharing news, music, movies, ideas, and common thoughts. Interestingly enough, social media didn't start with computers. In fact, it started in the 1950s with telephone. Phone phreaking, a term to describe the use of homemade electronic devices that could link into phone lines and make calls for free, is what started social media. MUD, multi-user domain, largely text-based virtual games that required users to enter text to communicate with others via a chat, was created in 1978. Bulletin board system, created in the same year, allowed users to upload and download software, message others, and read the news. Fully accessible social networking sites started in the 1990s that included 6 Degrees, Black Planet, Asian Avenue, and MoveOn. It wasn't until the 2000s when social media sites started to really kick off and gain more popularity. There are 6 social media platforms: social networking, microblogging, blogging, photo sharing, video sharing, and crowdsourcing. The first is social networking, which are applications and websites that enable users to share content and participate in social events. Examples of these are Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. The second is microblogging, the posting of conscious comments to a social networking site, such as Twitter and Tumblr. Third is blogging, the use of publishing websites to share forms of entertainment, stories, opinions, articles, and much more. Examples of these are WordPress and Blogger. Fourth is photo sharing, the sharing of photos either publicly or privately. Examples of these are Flickr, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Number 5 is video sharing, the act of sharing videos either publicly or privately. Examples of these are YouTube, Vimeo, and Periscope. Finally is crowdsourcing, enlisting in the help from a large group of people, primarily the online community, to request services. Examples of these are Yusha Did Inc. In 2005, 5% of adults in the United States use some form of social media. Now, 69% uses social media. Users range from adolescents, adults, businesses, learning establishments, churches, communities, and much more. The rise of social media has created many problems that have negatively affected thousands of individuals. The most common is cyberbullying, the repetitive act of aggression towards one another by means of using an electronic device. 20 to 40% of adolescents admit to being bullied. The second is internet addiction, which can cause depression, self-harming acts, increased use of alcohol and tobacco, and obesity. The next is sleep deprivation, which by definition is light emitted from most electronic screens can disrupt circadian rhythms by delaying the release of melatonin, resulting in sleep disturbances. The fourth is privacy, which is personal information getting into the wrong hands.
Facebook and other outlets are storing and using our activity and our personal information to create a better user interface that's personalized to us as the individuals. What do you think about that?
There are some pros and cons. Pros are that I like that it gives me mutual friends and different ads for different sites that I would like or enjoy. But I also don't like the cons of it, to where the hacking and people getting into my privacy and all the above.
What are some of the steps that you've taken to increase your personal information safety?
Keeping my profiles on private at all times, and if something, say, one friend is in my friends list, I delete and block.
So, in your opinion, what are some of the biggest issues of social media?
Fake news, fake articles, and fake profiles is a huge thing too.
So finally, what do you think social media will be like in the next 5 to 10 years?
Everybody will have social media by then. It'll be like something you have to have for this or have to have for that.
So you don't think people will be able to live without it if you're a member of society?
Probably not, because that's how a lot of people communicate, especially for out-of-state family members. And
of course, it's a great way to communicate.
What kind of social media do you use? I use Facebook
What do you use it for?
to connect with family that's out of town, how my friends' lives who are out of town or even in the area, what they do.
How do you think social media impacts you?
Well, I think it's a daily thing. You always want to see what's going on with somebody else. And, you go on Facebook 2 or 3 times a day just to connect and get information. I don't post that much, but I think it's more for me to see what other people are doing.
Do you see any negative benefits of social media?
I don't like some of the posts that people post, but not that many negatives. I unfriend people that I don't like what they say, or I just scroll past it.
Social media isn't done here. The possibilities are endless, and there's nowhere to go but up in the social world. The future holds a lot for social media, including instant, unbiased news that populates in near real time without bias, predictive interaction, learns preferences and delivers content based on past and current events specifically designed for the user, and finally, integration, multiple apps integrated into one smoothly operating app.